Okay, guys, welcome back to the second stream of the day and the more eventful one. We do have NFP on the horizon about 9 minutes from now. So we're going to witness the magic together. Let me just get the old calendar up. So yeah, of course, the focus is going to be on USD here. As I said, if you didn't catch the stream from earlier today, I'm still very bullish on the dollar. Again, that's my longer term bias. That's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking for buys as a swing buyer, swing trader. Doesn't mean we can't see some downside. Doesn't mean NFP can't cause a big reaction and we were bearish to the end of the week. Easily could be the situation. But if that does happen, I'm looking at that bearish move as a pullback for some buys the following week until I see some evidence on a technical standpoint that structure is breaking or things are changing. Then of course I will look to shift my bias as well. But yeah, I'm still very bullish on the dollar. I've broken it down a gazillion times, but we're looking for the break of the highs here, which of course has happened, and now I'm looking for a push back to the next high. So as long as we keep up these higher highs and higher lows, which so far we've been doing pretty well, I do expect more upside longer term. But of course, we very much could see a big reaction to the downside here. We're having some trouble breaking through resistance here. Potentially, we do get some shorts here for the dollar. But in my book, as long as we don't break through any significant structure, I'm looking at as a pullback, whether it's into structure in this area or we have a slightly deeper pullback and it's back into the consolidation here, which I've been mentioning since last week. Both these areas look like great places to be looking for some longs, at least for a bounce, but hopefully a swing back to the swing high, and probably a lot further as well. So yeah, very bullish on USD. Just looking for pullbacks. What's up, Will? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Hope everyone's doing good. But yeah, the bias is still very much looking to attack dollar to the upside. But of course, given the news release, anything could happen. We could see nothing potentially. We could see just a bit of wicks back and forth and just a stale NFP. We could see the market absolutely blitz the upside. We could see the market collapse. And trying to predict what price is going to do is always a slippery slope. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're right, and hooray! But sometimes you're wrong as well. It goes both ways. The best thing to do is have a bias based on whatever, and stick to that bias until it's proven wrong, regardless of what the news does give you. So we'll see what happens with that with dollar. Of course, looking at the other USD pairs, Euro USD, expecting more downside, but of course, maybe you do have a bullish reaction of NFP and we get that bigger pullback, which is kind of what I'm looking for. Let the magic happen. That's it. Darkish on the magic is about 6 minutes away. We'll see what type of magic we get. Is it bullish or bearish or neither? Yeah, Euro USD. I'm still kind of actually hoping for USD weakness really from this NFP. So we can have some pullbacks on the Aussie dollar, pullbacks on New Zealand dollar, pullbacks on dollar CAD, pullbacks on euro, pullbacks on pounds. I'm kind of wanting some weakness really just for pullback sake. But of course, my overall bias is more downside there. So for euro, it'd be great to see something like this to happen. Again, that's not a signal. That's not me saying I'm expecting price to push up. It's just I want to see a bit of a pullback there. So I know some of you guys like to take that as a trade signal, but no, that's just me expecting or hoping at least for a pullback so I can keep shorting it. Same thing for pound USD. Lovely bearish leg in the past few days. Again, looking for a pullback and expecting a little bit more downside. So hopefully that is the situation what we get. Lovely level there at 1.245. Just retesting that prior low. Will be great to see a retest of that area before some more downside. But have to be patient because we might just keep falling, which is not the worst thing in the world if we do keep falling, because it means that we've just got a really confident bearish leg. I mean, the next big target for pound USD is back down at this low here, 1.20705. So I do expect a lot more downside for pound longer term. So if you do see another big drop, it just means I'm getting ready for an even bigger pullback at some point. But yeah. and 80% down for the dollar. Yeah, could be. NFP does like to do that as well. Take people out first and then make the move, especially the Fed interest rate. That loves a move in one direction, wait for the press conference half an hour later, then it moves the other way. But yeah, we've seen that happen a billion times where we see wicks both ways and then the move happens. And again, even if it doesn't quite get to your stop loss, even with the increased spread as well, that becomes a nuisance and that could take you out, even if the wick hasn't actually got to your stop loss as well. So it's always a sticky time trying to trade the news in terms of the news event itself when the news release happens, because that's where a lot of indecision is. But yeah, there's of course big opportunity if you're on the right direction of it as well. But yeah, I'm looking for kind of the same move. Hopefully, we can see some weakness there for pound. It's been so for dollar. Sorry, it's been so strong for the past number of weeks now. Haven't really seen a big correction for the DXY. There's been some slight dips in here, but Aussie dollar's been melting out the sky. New Zealand dollar's been melting. Dollar CAD's been flying. Euro pounds have been pretty bearish as well. Of course, gold and silver, they've been slowly pushing to the upside. Dollar yen's been very, very bullish. Dollar CHF's been very bullish as well. So I think it is due for a bit of a pullback. But of course, still expecting more upside later on. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But of course, it's not just USD, which is going to be affected. Pretty much all markets will see some movement. If we see some movement across different pairs, of course, we'll go take a look. I'm currently in Euro CHF shorts in a bit of drawdown at the moment. I do have my stop loss above the high there. We'll see how that gets going with the news as well. I will look to close early if this current 4-hour candle does close above that level of resistance, which it does close in about half an hour's time. So I'll see how it closes. If it can still respect that level, cool. I will stay in the trade and see if we can get the big swing. But we'll see how that does develop. Regarding the yen pairs as well, again, with these, I'm still looking for an overall big push to the downside. But in the short term, I do fancy some more upside for the yen pairs as well. Pound yen, although has been pretty bearish, and I do want to look for some shorts. It's in an area where I do expect to see a bounce as well. And looking quickly at a few yen pairs, that's kind of what I'm looking at. Euro yen, although not really in a place where I would like to buy. This is a market which I do like to push, see a push higher up. CAD yen, likewise as well, in an area where I do think we can bounce, see some upside. Dollar yen, maybe not in an area where I do expect to bounce, but a market which I'm still pretty bullish on. Maybe we do see that correction if USD does become weak, and then we can speak about some buys later on. This is still the area which I am looking to take some buys from. So we'll have to be patient for that. But I don't know. Again, if USD is weak, we might see that happen and come closer. Already seen some movement on the 5-minute on GJ bouncing up and down. Yeah, that's GJ for you. It's getting excited. Can't control its excitement at the moment. Oh, we've got 30 seconds left. Let me get a couple of USD pairs out. Before I miss the news, we'll get Euro USD, and we'll get, let's say, Pound USD. I think the news is about 10 seconds away. Okay, we're live. Oh my word. That is a candle and a half. Okay, this is the 5-minute chart, by the way. So to put that in context, go to the hourly chart. That's still a pretty big drop. That is still a pretty big. Okay, looks like dollar is definitely very strong right now. Damn, that is a big drop. Yeah, of course, pound USD is melting at the sky as well. Whoa. That is heavy, that is a heavy move. Again, let me go back to the 4-hour. Put things in context from my perspective. Yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a move really on the 4-hour chart, to be honest. Getting carried away there on the 5 and 15-minute. Of course, it's just come out. This could still bleed for the rest of the hour, which is about half an hour's time. So we could still see a lot more downside. But I have to say it's a strong initial reaction. Some NFP events, it's a little bit stagnant. Might see initial spike, but yeah, not always it's that big. So it's a good initial spike, but we'll see what happens. Maybe we wick around. We could still potentially be bullish as well. Not forget that this could still very much turn around. But at the moment, dollar is definitely strong at the moment, taking out the highs there very aggressively. So let's see if we get a strong candle close as well. Because if you can get a strong candle close, this then tells me that okay, next week broken the highs. Now I'm looking for further upside. So basically for that momentum to spill over, and then the pullbacks and the retests become really good as well. So that will be my my expectation there for USD going forward. Like I said, still very bullish on the dollar. Still expect higher prices, but if we see a solid close there, that's an indication that next week, expecting more of the same. But the plan will be to find the next high low somewhere, possibly on the retest of the high. But we'll see as things develops. But yeah, USD initial reaction bullish. Again, I want to stress initial because things can turn around. I've seen many NFP events where we see the initial bullish and then it's bearish 15 minutes later, or vice versa as well. I've seen where it's kind of been bullish for 20 minutes, and the last 10 minutes of the candle closure, it just leaves behind a big wick and things turn around. So need to be careful of that. But yeah, at the moment, definitely bullish. Want to see some euro weakness, see some nice setups on JPY. Got me there with a 5-minute candle. Yeah, I know. I got taken back as well because I'm usually looking at the 4-hour chart. So yeah, it made me think it was a huge move. It's still a pretty big move, don't get me wrong. And it still could be a lot bigger as well. But it's a nice reaction. It's I mean, the theme of the markets 2025 so far has been a lot of momentum. So hopefully this does be the sign of more of this momentum to come. But yeah, if we do end up breaking the lows like that on euro, then as I said, the next best opportunity is now pullbacks after the break of the low and then more downside. USD, exact same thing, but of course in the opposite direction. The candle's looking very, very strong, but I wouldn't read into it completely until I do see the candle closure. I'd wait for that candle to close, which is in about 26 minutes time. And then I will read that to use that as my bias. But yeah, euros tanking, dollars flying. It's not looking too well. It's not looking good for euro, but it's looking good for DXY. How's my position doing? Should be seeing some downside if euro's tanking as well. Okay, yeah, had a bit of a reaction there. Still in a bit of drawdown, but nice to see that we're having a reaction off that level. As long as that level can hold, I do expect to see more downside for euro CHF. Again, I'm looking for the continuation of that bearish trend there. So as long as we don't break the high, I stay bearish. But yeah, we'll see how that does continue. Let's have a look at dollar CAD, but that's looking very bullish. Has it broken the high? No, not quite yet. But looks like it's on its way though. NFP unemployment. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about the unemployment rate. We had that as well, didn't we? So both came out better than expected. So yeah, USD bullish. Looks like it's going to be that's the case till the end of the week. So yeah, I'll see how momentum closes on the weekly chart, daily chart to digest everything for next week. But yeah, if we can get a close like this on the 4-hour chart, that's a big sign that says, okay, this trend is not messing around. It's moving very, very well. The idea is just buy the pullbacks. Sure, there will be some counter trend opportunities to short the pullbacks because we don't move in one straight line. There will be downside, but the bigger move most likely will be to the upside. This is USD on the weekly chart. We completely obliterated this resistance level. Where's the next big level? All the way up there. That's what I'm expecting USD to get to 2025. That's my bias. We could end up there in the first 2-3 months potentially at this rate. So who knows? But yeah, as long as we stay above that 107 area, 106.887, I keep that bias bullish long term. So as a swing trade, I'm buying the pullbacks. If we do come crashing back down, then of course I'll look to reanalyze, and probably at that point I'll be looking at a big sell. But we're far, far away from that happening. So yeah, at the moment, very, very bullish on dollar. Yeah, still need to wait for that USD candle to close to really cement that bias. Like I said, there's many times where, yes, we're looking bullish, and then by the time the 4-hour candle closes, it leaves behind a big wick, and we actually start selling off pretty aggressively the next candle. Seen that happen a few times as well. So it's important we wait for the candle closures, especially on news releases, because we need to wait for that time to the news to really be printed into the chart. Sometimes it's the initial reaction, but then the real moves the opposite direction. Waiting for candle closures can definitely provide some light into that. But let me have a quick look at some other USD pairs. So Aussie dollar, imagine taking out that daily low. Yeah, Aussie dollar's been falling out the sky. So yeah, this week low taken out, looking very, very bearish now. New Zealand dollar, I'd imagine we're heading in the same direction. Yep, looking very bearish too. We got the wick low there, hasn't quite taken it out, but we probably on our way to doing that. So yeah, just looking very bearish there for New Zealand dollar as well. 90 pip drop in euro. Yeah, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. That's a pretty big move for euro, I would say. Because I remember you could get like NFP events where the reaction could be like a 50 pip drop. Yeah, which is pretty stale, but I'd say anything close to 100 or more is a decent move. Yeah, I mean, it's not far off 100, to be honest. 99 pips I got from the wick high there, at least from the candle open. So yeah, it's pretty big reaction there for Euro USD across the board there. How are the yen pairs looking? Okay, pound yen looking pretty bearish. I'd imagine all the yen pairs are looking similar. Yeah, a little bit, nothing much really there on the yen pairs. USD JPY, imagine that's looking very bullish. CHF JPY probably looking bullish as well. Nah, not really. CAD JPY looking bullish there as well. So yeah, I mean the buy stands for the yen pair. Still expecting more upside, at least till we get back to the higher up there, and then I can expect price to turn around again. But judging by the 4-hour candle, if we can see a solid close there, I do think that can take us back to resistance again. I think CAD's a little bit strong, but nothing to confirm yet. I still need to wait for these candles to close. You know, I've been deceived way too many times in the past not to be patient enough to wait for the candle to close. But yeah, at the moment in time, only trade I'm in is Euro CHF, which looks like the news hasn't gone against me, at least. It's gone in my favor a little bit, but it looks like we're pulling back there. But as I said before, as long as we can hold that resistance, I'll keep the trade open, looking for the swing. If we do start breaking the higher, I'll close. That's the only position I'm in. There's nothing really that looks good at the moment in time. I'm looking for a lot of pullbacks on the USD pairs, which at the moment in time is not looking like we're getting with that reaction of USD. Looks like I have to wait for next week for some pullbacks now. Yen pair is not quite ready for me yet either. Keep an eye on New Zealand CHF, but that one, yeah, is not there either. How are the other CHF pairs looking? Pound CHF, what we doing there? Just a bit up and down. How are some of the CAD pairs doing? Okay, Aussie CAD looking very bearish there. Really big drop. New Zealand CAD, what we saying? Yeah, so the pullbacks, I'm looking for those are probably not going to happen either. Almost that sell signal for JPY pairs. Okay, expecting for next week. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for the sell and the yen pairs. Let me get back to the two screens, one screen. I'm looking for the sell and the yen pairs as well, but yeah, they're not quite there yet for me. So yeah, we'll have to be patient with that. But looking like they're trying to break the low. So yeah, we'll wait to see how these candles do close, because that will be the main thing to watch out for. Because I wouldn't be surprised if we actually pull back from here and leave a big wick and turn around. So if you can get some solid candle closure in euro breaking the low, then yeah, next week expecting further downside, and the goal is just to keep shorting euro, really looking for healthy pullbacks. But yeah, we'll see how the rest of the day maps out. Like I said, guys, I will be live again, excuse me, next week. We'll go through the markets on the weekend, as always, with the weekly analysis. So if you do want to see updates, what I'm looking at, how I look to progress with certain markets next week, check out the weekly analysis. It comes out every Saturday. So keep an eye out for that. As I said earlier, we'll be live every day next week, every weekday. So do stay tuned for that. If you have enjoyed the stream, guys, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and of course, hit the bell so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads in the future. I will be live again next week, so hopefully I do see you guys there. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy it, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and of course, check out the Elevating Traders Discord channel, completely free to join. Link to that in the description below and also at the top of the chat. But guys, have a great Friday. Hopefully no one's blown any accounts in NFP there. There was a bit of movement there, so if you're in the wrong direction, might have experienced a bit of slippage there. But as long as you've got a profitable edge, even if you do get slipped a bit, it's not the end of the world. If you're risking 1%, you lose 2%, you come back again, and you can still definitely make up for that in the future. But guys, appreciate you tuning in. Have a good Friday. Have a great weekend. I'll see you all in the next one.